Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in today.
It's Mr. Traveler and ElleKosGlam.
I was going to say that.
I beat you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. We hope that you're having a fantastic day. Today, we are going to discuss the new policies issued by Royal Caribbean regarding their return to cruising from Florida. It's going to be very interesting and perhaps a bit controversial.
Instead of as the world turns, sitcom or stories, it's going to be as the cruise turns.
As the ship turns, babe.
As the ship turns. It's so many changes. We're just trying to keep up with everything, but hopefully you enjoy this video. If you do, make sure you give us a thumbs up for our hard work because we do a lot of research, and make sure you go ahead and click that thumbs up button, smash it. And then also, if you're new to our channel, welcome. We are Mr. and Miss Traveler. I'm ElleKosGlam, and you can just go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We would appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. We'll wait.
Share, subscribe.
That's right. And if you're interested in selling, just give us a call, 877-697-4470, or we can be reached at www.mr-traveler.com. We'll be more than happy to take care of you.
All right, so let's talk about what's going on with Royal Caribbean. Very interesting. And this kind of goes back to what we were talking about months ago before, as we kind of were leading up to this return to cruising, which we said at some point they're not going to be able to say that they're all vaccinated cruises because they'll just never fill up the cruise ships.
That's right. It'll never be 100% full at all.
Yeah, so I think this is part of Royal Caribbean's attempt at filling up their cruise ships. And of course, these early cruise ships that are going out are not going to be full anyway. They're going to definitely be reduced capacity, but they're going to have vaccinated and unvaccinated guests on board. So I'm going to give you some information today that has to do with cruising in August, and then a little bit of information for the July cruises on Royal Caribbean. So Royal Caribbean issued their policy, and the first number one thing that they state on it is that they strongly recommend the guests 12 and up be vaccinated.
Yes, they want to definitely push the vaccinations.
Yep. For those of you who are vaccinated and going on board the ships, a check-in, at check-in, you will be required to provide your proof of vaccination. All right. Unvaccinated guests will be required to undergo COVID-19 testing at their own expense.
Oh boy, that can get expensive.
Yep. All crew on Royal Caribbean ships will be vaccinated. Now, this is important to note that this information given to you is cruises leaving out of Florida. The ship leaving out of Nassau, the Adventure of the Seas, is a different ball of wax, and those protocols have already been put out there. These are the ones coming out of Florida, so it's hot off the presses. Okay, so now here's where we start getting interesting here now. So for cruises from August 1st through the end of December of this year, every single unvaccinated guest is going to have an insurance policy. $25,000 minimum per person for medical coverage. $50,000, and this is not this is and $50,000 per person for quarantine and medical evacuation related to a positive COVID-19 result.
Wow.
So you can get these insurance policies either on your own, through your travel advisor, or they can also be purchased through Royal Caribbean. Personally, we have been guiding our guests towards the Royal Caribbean policy, since their policy will be the one that is in line with their cruise ships. I'd rather
it's more the standard.
Let them handle it. The exception for this rule, the insurance rule, is if your cruise was booked between March the 19th of this year and June 28th. So there's a little bit of a gap there where that policy does not. So everything you book from here on out that's going to sail this year before December 31st, that policy is in effect for the unvaccinated guests.
Okay.
No testing requirements for vaccinated guests. Now, and then here's where it probably gets a bit controversial for some folks, especially those with families.
Lay it on us, spill the tea.
All guests 2 and up
2 years old and up
will be subject to multiple COVID testing.
Would you explain multiple?
Multiple, multiple COVID testing.
What do you mean, Mr. Traveler?
3 days pre-cruise, you have
Oh my gosh.
within 3 days you have to upload a negative PCR test to Royal Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
That is for the 12 and up.
Got it?
12 and up, you have to submit a negative COVID test at least 3 days before the cruise.
Okay.
At the terminal, everybody
2 and up.
2 and up has to undergo a COVID test. I'm assuming would be a rapid test since you're at the terminal.
Another one.
Yep. Before you can get on board the ship.
That's number 2. What else, Mr. Traveler?
Mid-cruise. If you're on a 7-night or longer cruise, somewhere in the middle of the cruise, another COVID test for everybody
2 and up.
2 and up.
So that's number 3. COVID
And
test.
then prior to debarkation.
Say what?
Prior to debarkation.
Another COVID
Another
test?
COVID test.
I think that's 4 COVID tests I just counted.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, everybody who's age 2 to 11 is no cost for those tests.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's older, that's 12 and older, $136 per person for 6 nights or less.
That's an excursion.
$178 per person for 7 nights or more.
That's a hotel stay before pre-cruise.
Yep, that's for your unvaccinated folks.
Okay. What about vaccinated folks?
No testing requirements.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that lessens it though. That's 4 COVID tests for unvaccinated guests.
Well, I think bigger than that. You try to hold a 2-year-old still while you sticking that thing up their nose.
We've had COVID tests and they are very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm squirming when they do it.
Me too.
So,
Comment below and let us know how you feel about all these directions that Royal Caribbean is taking. Comment below if you would cruise with your kids and would they be still for a COVID test if they're not vaccinated, which I'm almost sure they're not because kids cannot be vaccinated right now.
so the 12 and up can.
12 and under is who I'm
Yeah,
referring to.
right, exactly. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be interesting.
Comment below and let us know how you feel about 4 COVID tests, $102 or $178.
For those of you who are going to attempt to do the July cruise on Royal Caribbean, this part kind of bothered me, and I'm really kind of glad now at this point that we didn't have our out of Florida cruise because I think I would be a little upset.
What
and
is
again, this is just for the July cruises out of Florida,
Spill the tea.
which would be your Freedom of the Seas.
Now, that's
So-
the one we almost took.
Well, we were gonna do. We thought about that one, but we were gonna do the Odyssey, so this would have been the same
The same
policy.
deal. Okay.
for them. So, for those with the July cruise out of Florida, vaccinated, I'm saying this again, vaccinated guests have to wear a mask indoors unless you're actively eating, drinking. There are some exceptions at the bars, some of the bars in different venues. But outdoors, you don't have to wear it. In your cabin, of course, you don't have to wear it. But just the thought of, I guess, having to wear it after you went through this at all is a little,
It's a little uncomfortable.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I'd like to kind of go over they actually have, I'm looking at the little list here on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have venues where unvaccinated guests are not welcome on board the ship.
No,
So it's
said this was gonna happen a year and a half ago.
So the vaccinated guests can go anywhere on the ship. Let's just get that out in the air.
But the unvaccinated people.
So there are a few venues where unvaccinated are not welcome. Yeah, I'll kind of go through them. Chef's table. So unvaccinated cannot book the chef's table.
Okay. Chef's table.
Azumi, hibachi, and sushi, they can't go to Benihana's.
Okay.
The main dining room on deck 3, they're not welcome to, so maybe that must be a vaccinated only section or something. This is kind of crazy.
It is.
Our bar and the schooner bar, they are not welcome. The pub, Viking Crown nightclub, they are not welcome. Solarium bar, Solarium pool will be a vaccinated only. 'Em.
Mm-hmm.
The 70s party in Studio B, 'em.
Wow.
the silent party,
That's pretty much a lot of everything.
the red party, art auctions, Casino Royale, and the Casino Bar, and the Vitality Spa. Unvaccinated guests are not welcome.
That's pretty much the whole ship and activities.
That's really,
the
yeah.
only fun you will have if it be on an excursion. Pretty
Wow.
much. Well, comment below and let us know how you feel about all of those new rules that came out. When did they come out? Today?
It was yesterday.
Okay,
Yeah,
yesterday they
evening.
just rolled out. We hope you appreciate all these changes that has been made. If you don't, comment below and let us know. This is some real tea
Yeah.
that has happened, and I really haven't seen a lot announced it. So thank you so much, Mr. Traveler, for that, because it's some things that I didn't even know. So I would, in our opinion, we would feel very uncomfortable if we weren't vaccinated. We would feel like an unwelcome guest. But
Yeah.
since we are vaccinated, we're going to enjoy the ship. But is that fair for unvaccinated guests? Comment below and let us know if you think that's fair or not. Thank you so much for watching. And if you can, like I said, hit the like button and love what we're doing, because we have a passion to travel. We've been on 50 cruises, so we know that we can help you with yours. Give us a call, 877-697-4470, or we can be reached at www.mr-travelerthisguy.com. Thank you so much for watching me on my fashion vlogs, ElleKosGlam. Follow us on Mr. Traveler Cruise Lovers, and you can follow us on Instagram at Mr. Traveler74. I am ElleKosGlam.
Wow. So very interesting outcomes here, and I just hope this doesn't create a kind of a class warfare
A little controversy.
on here, right?
It will.
Because you're going to have vaccinated folk looking their nose down on unvaccinated. I mean, I hope that does not
I
happen.
told you this is going to happen a year and a half when it
Yeah,
all
I
started.
remember you were talking about this. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
We'll see.
Again, these are for these short term here in the cruises. Right now, some of these things that we talked about were through the end of December. Some of the things were just for July. So it's going to be interesting. Stay tuned. We'll keep you posted as these things change, ever changing here. So
And we'll see you very soon for some cruise news. We have some cruises coming up ourselves. We're going to take you through that whole ride with us and enjoy the moment with us. We're going to be cruising after a year and a half.
all right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.
Life short.
Have fun.
See the world.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.